Welcome to the Pro Gun Club in Las Vegas, Nevada, the place Max Michel calls home to his shooting seminar, appropriately titled The Pro Shooting Experience.
When you say Vegas, guys know they're coming to have a good time. And you can bring your wife, you can bring your spouse, you can bring your buddy, and there's plenty of stuff for them to do as well. Particularly here at the Pro Gun Club, the staff that's in place here, there's nothing else like it.
Shooters from all over the world will get a rare one-on-one experience with Max and two other world-class shooting professionals. And as you would imagine, an event like this fills up quickly.
This is about coming out, getting an all-inclusive shoot, enjoying yourself, a fantasy camp feel, if you will, but we never lose sight of the fact that it's amazing training. But you're right, it sold out very quickly. I'm very proud of that.
Max Michel's Pro Shooter Experience is a 3-day all-inclusive training seminar that works on all facets of the shooter's game.
It's about eliminating the mistakes and being mentally tough and lasting through it. That's really the game.
World champion Doug Koenig is here working on surrender draw techniques.
Good technique, good push out. Your hands are coming up good. Excellent.
In the next bay over, JJ Ricazza works speed on the trigger and efficiency of movement.
So here's what it should look like. I'm already right on it. Trigger finger move, I'm already right on it. I'm already right on it. I'm already right on it. You have to make those mistakes in order for you to learn. Boom, reset prep. Boom, reset prep. Boom, boom. Jeez, that's scary. You gotta learn how to do it correctly in practice so you can do it in matches.
Max puts focus on target transitions.
Transitions and movements are the number 2 and number 1 typical time savers on a course of fire. So it's my job to show these guys, you don't have to shoot fast to be fast. The distance and or difficulty will dictate how much I see of the front sight and how quickly I activate the trigger. Transition of a 24. 24, that was smoking, dude. Super fast.
Each instructor I've learned little bits, but it'll make the big difference.
I want them to get the full entire experience, all the tools of what we use in the trade and what we do, whether it be training, competing, or how do we take care of our body as well as preparing for the next competition.
One of those tools is the Halo Sport from Halo Neuroscience. Mark Mastelaire has Halo Sport units for the shooters to try.
We have these little rubber primers right here, and we conduct electricity through these primers to the motor cortex area of the brain, and it helps create a stronger connection between your brain and your muscles. So think anything to do with motor skills. So if you're shooting, it has to do with your trigger finger. If you're a musician, it's playing an instrument more precisely. So anything to do with motor skill and movement.
Some were a little bit skeptical at first, but after a few days with it,
it really helps with your dexterity when you're training. I'm using it for dexterity instead of a strength mode, and I find that it helps when I'm doing dry fire practice and reloading.
Max has many surprises and giveaways in store for the Pro Shooter Experience participants, like a plate rack challenge with an unfamiliar gun. Austin Harris will be taking home that prize for cleaning the plate rack in 3.14 seconds.
So what are you going to do with that thing?
How fast can you run?
Probably compete IDPA bug division with it. That'd be pretty fun.
You actually won the gun?
I actually won the gun.
Hey, man, congratulations.
Yeah.
It's not official until the master has a go at it.
He's only got a Guinness World Record.
319.
The extras hurt. Max's 3.19 makes Austin's win just a little bit sweeter.
Nah, that was awesome run, dude. Awesome run.
Are you in shock?
I am a little bit.
He's in shock.
Yeah, he's the man, dude. Congrats, bro. You deserve that pistol. Up.
3 days of intense training is a lot to absorb, so Max has a fun evening event planned for the shooters.
The guy who makes the least amount of mistakes is the guy who wins at the end of the day. Like golf, right? Same thing.
Well, don't go there.
Well, we're going golfing tonight, so. And I'm never.
tonight or tomorrow
It's
night?
tonight.
Oh,
I've never swung a club, so we're gonna see what happens.
Oh, well, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm with you.
Oh no, I'm not. I didn't set this up to be a ringer. Trust me, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing.
Top Golf Las Vegas, a great way to have a good time, spend time with the other shooters, and unwind. Oh, and Max's golf swing could use a little work. That's a lot to soak in a 3-day period. When we come back, it's the final day of the Max Michel Pro Shooter Experience, where the students get to apply the skills they've learned in a 6-stage match that Max calls the Pro Shooter Challenge.
Here we go. Yeah, put them all in there. Yeah, put them in there.
This is a family affair for Max, and as day 4 begins, Max's father and daughter make the rounds throughout the bays to stock up the snacks. as things get underway for the challenge portion of Max's pro shooter experience. Max is sorting out his plan for the first stage. His positions and mag changes are carefully thought out. One thing is for sure, generating any kind of speed on this rocky terrain will be tricky. This stage starts from a surrender position, hands above shoulders. Max is in and out of the first position quickly with a mag change. He blazes through the stage, ending with a big transition to the last target. Max sets the bar high with a time of 15.02.
Range is clear, time 15.02. Just kind of going out here demoing the stages for him, letting him know exactly what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it. That's really what it's all about.
First up, Austin Aris, a 16-year-old shooter from Norco, California. He has a couple of pickups off the start and may be a little nervous with all of the cameras around. He's moving quickly and efficiently between the narrow shooting positions. There's the final reload. His wide stance sets him up well for the big transition to that final target, finishing this stage with a time of 22.43.
22.43.
Cameras didn't make you nervous?
A little bit, but I just need to relax a little bit and just shoot me, you know.
These guys are out here with the cameras for the first time. Some of them are doing really well until the cameras come by, and then we'll see what happens at that point, but it does add a complete another element to what we do.
On Austin's next stage, he seems to have recovered, shooting confidently and moving quickly through this tight course of fire. He smokes the plate rack as the plate rack master watches closely over his shoulder.
Nice job, dude.
It's nice to just bring the guy straight across, and then having the plate rack at the end was kind of cool.
Recovering from any mistake in a match is difficult. Thomas Query has to lean in to shoot a target that was outside his shooting stance, leaving him on one foot. He seems to be struggling now. Once he gets to the swinger, everything falls apart.
No matter what happens in a match, never give up. And what I mean by that is finish the thing out and then beat yourself up later on and figure out what you did.
On his next stage, he's back on track. It's a mental victory for him.
So one of the biggest lessons I learned here is when something doesn't go your way and you know, you get in the heat of the moment, you forget a target, you have a mic, you see it, things aren't going good, just you gotta erase it out of your mind. The next stage is like a whole new match.
JJ Rakaza is first on the next stage, and his squad is taking note. He's moving efficiently, but all those no-shoots are making the course a little more difficult than even he had anticipated. But turns out he did it to himself.
I was the one that put those no-shoes on there, and once I finally got to run around, I was like, that's a bad idea. These are tighter than they look.
It's all part of the experience. Reese Arthur is next, and he is on fire. There's the reload. Activator, straight to the swinger. Putting off engaging the activator cost him some time. He had to wait for the swinger to appear.
Mine was 1803. You and I were literally, I was 7 points, I was 8.2 hit factor, you were 7.7.
Yeah.
That's a very minimal difference right there.
Yeah.
It's because of that weight, the timing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So as soon as I shot him, what are you doing?
Paul Williams has a few pickups early. He may be feeling the pressure. More extras on the plate rack hurt his time.
I tried to do everything Max has been telling us to do all weekend. It gets in your head a little bit because you're trying to do the old habits that you've got, your old bad habits.
You've made it this far in the video, and for that, we thank you. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel, and we'll keep the uploads coming.